Reached Real Life and Law. My name is Eugene, and I am here. I'm streaming on 3 platforms, I hope at the same time. It looks like I am not doing that. But anyway, guys, I'm on YouTube, and I'm on Facebook, and I'm on the TT channel. So, somebody let me know that we're still live on the TT. I'm gonna turn this off. Somebody let me know. Up. My kids are calling my grandkids are calling me, guys. What's up, Carter? What's up? I love you, baby. You got the new phone, don't you? Huh? I love you. So you have fun today, guys. What, baby? Oh, I'm sorry. I love you. All right, guys. Carter, you have a good Friday, okay? Millie, have a good day today, all right? Love you guys. All right, guys. I'm not paused. Ah, damn it. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Sue. Good morning. So guys, it looks like there's a little problem with my thank you for YouTube showing up. I appreciate it. If you are still looking in on me from TikTok, let me know because what's up, Denise from Facebook? Thank you very much. Yeah, yeah, I'm so sorry about that not being on TikTok. I'm not sure what the issue is. It shows on my streaming device here that we're up and running. I wasn't getting any. Let me look and see. I might be able to bring my TikTok back because, yeah, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with it over here. Now, TT might be back up. Is it back up? Somebody let me know if it's back up. For some reason, it only lets me do a split screen. For some reason. Yeah. I may have to get off and do this again. I'm going to try to re-rack this, guys. Can you all hear me or no? If you're looking on in on me at YT, I don't know what's wrong with my streaming device. Somehow there's an issue. It shouldn't be doing this, but it is. Yeah, Alexandra. I don't know what's Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with it. Hold on. Somehow, I don't Okay, guys. I'm not sure what the problem is. Good morning, Kathy. How are you doing today? Let's talk about you, Kathy. Thank you very much. I'm trying to fix something I can't fix, so I'm gonna just say screw it. My charger wasn't working on my iPad, so I've got a lot of work to do today, so I decided to switch to my Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna screw me on this. I forgot about that. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, they certainly get on to me for that. Arch. Don't wanna lose my YouTube channel. Yeah, that would suck. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my, thank you for that, Kathy. I appreciate it. Come on, guys, let's, share the live, share the screens. Uh, let's see what happens. It tells me to add a channel. So I'm gonna troubleshoot this while I'm here and see if I can add my, I've never had this problem with the, TT channel. It's telling me like it's not letting me I may have to re-add it to my menu. For some reason, it's not allowing me to do anything. Probably gonna remove it and add it back. Let's see if that works. I'll screw it all up. Guys, let's talk about you. Let's get us some people on here. In the morning, in the morning, in the morning, in the morning. Why is it not doing that? Um, public. 3 of 3. Your channels. Oh, I don't know why it's doing this. Gonna edit it. Represent you in what, Alexandra? Oh, I see. Yes, that I think did it. Let's see. It should be working now. Channels, that, let's add. Let's add. Come on, guys. Oh, thanks, Alexandra. Oh, It's not letting me join. Okay. You are, yeah, you're never going to be able to sue them for that. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. That's not going to work for you. Okay. It is not going to work for you. So, I do not know why it's not working. Guys, let's talk about you. This channel doesn't work unless you all push me out here. What's up, XD? Oh, Alex. Oh, sorry about that. I see it now. All right, guys, I'm going to have to do some work here. I might wonder why it's not showing up my TikTok channel. It's supposed to be. Toggle off. 2 of 3 are active. Why is that channel not active? How uh, how did I lose my weight, Alexander? I used what I did was I just did a lot of I started out originally, I weighed over 247, 248 pounds. And what I originally did was I started out when I got so heavy after my first kidney transplant, I got really, really heavy. And I I started at yeah, there's a problem with TikTok. I don't know what it is with this platform. But anyway, I'll pay attention to you all since you're helping pay the bills right now. Um, I started out by just cutting out white bread. I cut out bread, the simplest thing, and not for any kind of carb reason, just because. Yeah, yeah, fluffy hair day, Elizabeth. So I figured that when I cut out white bread, then I would cut out a lot of the other things with white bread, hamburgers, fries, things like that. So, and then I cut out red meat. So I cut out red meat mostly because I get gout. I've had 2 kidney transplants. So after my first one, um, I started cutting out red meat. And so I excluded whole categories of food. Like, first off, well, I said that wrong. First off, it was red meat. Then it was, I reduced my bread intake. Now I have 2 slices of toast here, but it's 35 calorie bread. But the red meat really helped because when I cut out red meat, I cut out burgers, cut out steaks, cut out potatoes, a lot of the things that you normally eat with red meat. And that was easy for me to do. And because I gained a lot of weight, and I was a runner before I had my first kidney transplant. I run about 70 miles a week. And so when I got back to where I could exercise again, I started back running. And I used an app called what is the it is I still use it. I keep calling it's the Lance Armstrong Live Strong, I think was the name of the app. Right now, I use MyFitnessPal. I think that's the app that I think Lance Armstrong, I think, first pioneered back in the day. But MyFitnessPal is a very good app, so I started tracking everything I put in my mouth. and I reduced my calories. I mostly was a calorie counter, and I'm still a calorie counter to this day. I got up over this past winter from October to December. January is a rough time because I always eat more. I'm not exercising outside as much. So I'm just really, really, and now over the past month, um, I've had to increase my protein intake because I wasn't eating enough protein. So now my diet has shifted. My focus isn't on calories, it's on protein. So I'm supposed to have 60 grams of protein a day. And so, mm, so it's been a little bit of it's a little bit of a change for me. Just exercise and diet, counting calories. You got to stay at it. It's not easy. Losing weight is not easy. It's one of the toughest things you'll ever do. I don't know why TikTok is not allowing me to put this on here. I don't weigh my food, Alexander. That's too much of a hassle for me. That's just too much. I don't do that. Um, every day it's a struggle, but if you do what I do, and what I do ain't for everybody. I mostly started. Um, it was easy for me to do calories. Well, it's it. Oh, I feel great. Um, I feel there's nothing wrong with me. I feel great. It was just easier for me to count calories. And so, I try to make things simple in my life. Yeah, calorie deficit's another one. There are days when I am well, I never was a drinker, so yeah. I mean, after I got out of college, drinking wasn't a big deal for me. I'm on someone wants to know how many calories. If you're in the stream, you probably see it though. My calories, the doctor wants me to eat 2,000. I personally, my Fitness Pal, my app that I use is set at 1,600. And most of the time, if I exercise, see, that's what motivates me to exercise is the fact that I get more calories if I exercise. So, I try to exercise every day. If I'm not running, every other day I run, or I do an elliptical, or I do some type of body weight exercises, crunches, push ups. I have some resistance bands and some squats. I do a lot of squats. I carry about 20 pounds. I do squats. So, there's a lot of ways you can burn calories. And that's the way I do it. I mean, the way that I do it ain't for everybody, but it works for me. I like weight loss medications, and my theory on any kind of medication like that is that no matter what it is, if you are trying to change your life, change your behavior, if you're trying to change something in a positive way, and certainly when you carrying around a lot of weight, it is bad for you. It is bad for you mentally. It's bad for you physically. And so I think anything you do, if it's medication, and medication should be used in that situation, should be used as a medication should be used kind of as a supplement, as a bridge. If you look at it as a bridge, then you're going to be okay. It should be a bridge. and, of, um with the goal of eventually getting off of it. That's the goal. That should be the goal. So, I don't have a problem with medication, medically assisted stuff. I think it's a good idea. The medicine's there for a reason. But that's the way and it's the way it is with any with anything that or, let's say, for substance abuse and addiction. I'm okay with it 'cause, it's a net positive. You're looking at a net positive. For some reason, it's not letting me add that. I don't know why. That's nuts. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off and then remove it again. Guys, let's, share the screen, invite friends. Come on, guys. But I'm just I try to make things real simple in my life. It's, wonder why it does that. Yeah, you do save money. That's true. And right now, so I use supplement. We are working on a grant today. I'm going to actually make some phone calls here in a little bit. That's why I switched to this platform. My actual, Sue, I'm waiting on a email back from the individuals that I sent I sent a response out, and we'll know here in a minute. That'd be nice. That'd be a good call to make today. Sorry, guys. I'm looking. Okay, cool. It looks like my TikTok is up. So I may go stream live on my TikTok since my charger is working. My charger wasn't working a minute ago. So now it looks like it's working. Let me pull this screen down a little bit. I'd like to fix this. Whoops. Come on, Eugene. It's tough when you can't see. There I go. Okay, this is a lot more manageable now. Affiliate marketing is very hard. I dipped my toe in it about 3 years ago. It's very hard to break into it, and, you have to grind it. I mean, it's hard. I know people that make money at it, but it's like a full-time job. You'll see a lot of people that will sell these courses, and you could spend a couple $1,000s on a course, and they have good information, but what they don't tell you is the information is good. There's some of these courses that are really good, but, um no, I'm good. I'm just looking around. This platform, Restream platform, is being weird today. It's not accepting my TikTok channel, which I don't know why. But anyway, these platforms that um, I don't think it's going to be accepting this anymore. I'm gonna have to call them and see. Um, a lot of these places that'll tell you they're going to have a course for you and all that kind of crap. And, what they don't tell you is that they're hard to work. They don't tell you the hours that you gotta put into it. I'm gonna delete this channel and see what it does. Hmm, I still don't think it's working. Let me get my phone out and see. Um, but any kinda the biggest you talking mention about changes in your life, whenever you go making a wholesale change in your life, the biggest problem you're gonna have a lot of times is not about you, it's about other people, and other people are gonna be resistant to your change because, um, when it comes to making changes in your life, and particularly if you think they're for the positive, the bigger issue and obstacle you're gonna have is from other people, particularly people living in your home. Because the people that you meet, when they know that you're making these significant changes, whether it's stopping drinking alcohol or cutting down, exercising, maybe you're exercising, you want to increase your exercise, maybe you're looking to lose weight. Most of the pushback you're going to get are from people that you know, which is really weird. Your family members, that's also weird because what people see when you start making those changes, it causes the people around you to look at what they're doing. And a lot of times they internalize that and they don't like it that you're changing because when you decide to change your habit, particularly if it's bad habits, you are throwing reflection on them and causing them to look inward at what they're doing. And they'll start getting angry and they'll start getting mad at you. They'll start picking at you. They'll start trying to sabotage your plan, and they're actually jealous and you'll see this a lot. Well, you think you're better than I am, when you start changing. Oh, you just since you started that diet, you think you're better than I am, or you're better than we are. Well, you are. If you're trying to change yourself and you're trying to make yourself better, then that does make you better. And a lot of people, that's the problem, is people that are around you will keep you from doing those things because it throws shade on them, and people don't like it because, you know, we are designed to look in a mirror and see good stuff. We ain't designed to look in a mirror and say, "Oh my god, look at the shape I'm in. I need to fix myself." We ain't designed to do that as humans. And so when you start changing your life, you will see the people around you will start to push back. And, but it's because really, when they look at you, they're looking at what they're not doing and they get frustrated and they always flip it on you. You always hear that all the time. Since they lost that weight, they just changed their attitude. When I hear that, that just runs all over me. Um, because I mostly think when people say that, they're talking about themselves. And then the next thing they'll do, if we're talking about weight loss, well, they had that surgery, or they're taking that shot, or they're taking that medication. So what? If you want to accomplish a goal and you need a good tool to do it, use the tool. That's a stupid person that has a tool available to them to accomplish a goal and they don't use it. I just think that's stupid. But, again, I look at things differently. Guys, share the screen. Let's get some activity going on because I am going to make some calls here in just a little bit. I don't know why. I want to try this and see. Where'd my glasses go? I always lose my glasses. And I'm sitting right here and I'll lose my daggone glasses. Read her dissent from the bench. And to be fair, I have no idea what my TikTok was doing. Let me see. What's up, K-Rob? How you doing, my brother? On the YouTube here. Yeah, I'm trying to get my somehow this platform I use would not stream my TikTok. I have no idea why. So I'm trying to troubleshoot it as we speak. I do, April. Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, you can't please everybody. But again, a lot of times when you go to changing your life and you're making a wholesale change, it forces people to evaluate what they do. And a lot of people don't like that. So, you know, I'm going to try this and see. I'm going to try it one more time to see if I can get it to work. And it's very weird. Add the channel. I know, isn't it crazy when you see because a lot of people have their platforms, they have different names on platforms. Yeah, April is Soul for Love on here. We could play a guessing game, couldn't we? I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna delete this channel if I can figure out how to do it, because I think that's what I need to do. I'm gonna get in trouble with this music. This is so frustrating. La 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 la. La 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 la. Yeah, don't you? And that is actually what they'll say. Well, you think you're too good. And when I have my clients, when I talk about addiction and recovery, I have my clients and I try to get them to say, try to get them to have the courage to say, yeah, I am, and then walk away. Because if you're trying to better yourself, you are in fact better than they are. If they want to waller around, if yeah, the comments are slow here. This restreaming platform, I used a program called Riverside, and I really liked it a lot, but they wouldn't. I purchased it because they said they multi-streamed, but they didn't, and I paid for an upgrade. I'm still a little butthurt over it. A really good platform. I really liked it, but they it wouldn't multi-stream. Now, they may have corrected their problem because a lot of these platforms now are multi-streaming. I used Riverside about a year and a half ago. So, I may give them another shot because this one is just clunky. I mean, I like it, but anyway. Um, yeah, the pushback you get, I remember when I, went to law school, and even when I went to college, I was raised in a really, really, really impoverished area, like very, very poor. And I didn't have much, didn't have anything. And so when I went to college to try to figure out something better to do than sitting around like everybody else I knew and doing nothing and waiting to draw a check. I could have drawn a check at the age of 13 just because my vision was bad. The doctors knew it. They said I was legally blind. In fact, they said, "Well, you could get a check." The doctors even told my mother that. My mother and father never encouraged me to do that. See you, April. Knock it out today. Yeah, Riverside does say that, but I've tried it when they first came out with the multi-streaming and it didn't work. So I might test it. I might download it just to test it and see. So when I would go home after I went to college and I played a lot of basketball and I was fairly good at it. And when I went home to play, the guys that I had played with on the dirt court or on the asphalt courts all treated me different. And I was always really feisty on the court. I talked a lot of smack and y you know, uh, and so when I would go home after college and be my normal self, a lot of my friends would get really mad. Um and claim that I was different and that they would say to me, "You think you're better than you are because you went to college." They called me names like college boy, professor, um, just, you know, after a while, I quit going home. When I went home, I, uh, I didn't play basketball with these guys anymore, and I didn't go home much after the first, semester of college. 'Cause there wasn't anything there, I was just getting a lot of resentment. I wa yeah, oh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was a smart ass, and nothing's changed. So, you get that anytime you try to make a wholesale change, and particularly if people think it's for the better, if they think you are trying to better yourself, again, it throws shade on what they're not doing, and you're gonna get some resistance. I tell people that all the time whenever you try to stop smoking, when you try to stop smoking, when you try to lose weight, even for what I did, I went to school. You got family members that said a lot of those things when I went to school. My father, and I love my father, but me and my father would get into arguments, and my father would the first thing he would do is call me a college boy, and he I think he resented the fact that I went to school, and I think moreover, and this just sucks for him, he's passed away, and I see this a lot with other people. Um, what's up? You still on? Yeah, somehow my TikTok won't transfer, so I'm on YouTube and Facebook. I didn't see you on I'm on YouTube and Facebook right now. Can't wait till I start working. Working where? I don't know, but the school, Carter told me it was dress down day because they're half a day today, which makes sense. And they're not dress down day. That's next Friday. Well, that's tough. And she said, they need uniforms. I said, okay. I can't wait. They know I don't have a job right now. But when I get a job, I'll say, nope, sorry, I can't. Yeah. I mean, did you have to go get him? No, I have to bring them uniforms. I'm at the house. I'd tell him to kiss my ass. And they get out at 12. Yeah, but I wouldn't do it. I'd slow walk that baby. I mean, slow walk it. What time is it? Gas is $5 right now. What time is it? 8 o'clock. Slow walk that. Just I can't do it. Well, I don't know if she's holding them in the office. Like, well, I'm going to tell you, and I told you this before. This is the perfect example, and this is the perfect way for you to say to them, they have a closet there. If they allowed you to take control of that and do what they should do and provide some kind of outreach, that's the best thing to do. Why don't you throw that at them? That's what I told EJ. I'd rather her put them in clothes and then charge me for it. Well, how about you tell them that? Call them back and say exactly that. You tried the option of buying less expensive uniforms and getting them embroidered, and that wouldn't do for them. So there you go. If they pull options away, if they pull options, if they pull options away from you, if they pull options away from you, then what you're left is no options, and that's exactly what I would tell them. I would say, you have taken all my options away. I tried the easy way, and you've got to be bold with it. That's exactly the way you got to tell them. I tried the easy way. I tried to do it the way that fit my budget. You didn't like it when you could tell no difference. And now you're left with this. When you give me no options, I have no options. And then there you go. And that's exactly what I would say. I mean, I would say it that way. I told EJ, I said, if I had a job, I would not be. Well, it ain't nothing to do with a goddamn job. Just say to them exactly what I just said to you. I have tried options. You didn't like my options. So when you pull options away from me, you are left with nothing. That's what I would say. I mean, you got to tell them that. That's bullshit. But I'd certainly slow walk that. Car's going to be all right. Well, I don't want them in the office until. Oh, they're in the office? I think so. Okay, well, take your ass down there and you have a meet and you tell them that. Get down there and you say exactly what I just said. I know you can, you just don't want to, but that's the conversation you should have had with them the last time they did this. Now, true enough, you should be aware of that. That's on you to a large degree, but still fundamentally, they need to make it available to you. And when you tell them you've tried this and those uniforms are expensive the way that they want you to do them, you've got to say to them, I had you, and you've got to be bold. I had uniforms. You didn't like it. So here you go. Yeah. And that's what you say to them. $27 for a pair of pants. Yeah, well, that's what you tell them. You say, I had pants that you couldn't tell the difference. They were monogrammed. You had you would have not known. And it wouldn't be bad if they were in the same uniform every day, but they're in 3 different uniforms in the week. Well, you got to tell them that. Get down there while they're there and you have that conversation. In fact, I wouldn't have a conversation. I'd just tell them. And then they can deal with it. Okay? All right, love you. I don't put up with that kind of bullshit. Arbitrary. Now, I like uniforms. I like them. And my daughter is not the most organized sometimes when it comes to these kids. She listens to them. Oh, it's dress down day. You know how many times kids will tell that to you? My kids, when we were going to school, we went to a private school, Catholic school, and they had to wear uniforms. And which was okay. We knew that every day. They wore uniforms. But now when they got up into high school, I never allowed them to wear sweats. I did not want my kids wearing sweats to school. None. They didn't wear sweats because we had clothes. And sometimes they would just sneak out of the house and I wasn't paying attention. And they'd be they'd be wearing sweatpants. They would sneak and try to dress down. Oh my God. And when they would be in the car and I would say, what are you wearing? So her kids are the same way. Oh, it's dress down day, Mom. You know. So, but the issue is with that school is that they have this uniform policy, which I'm okay with. But usually if a school has a uniform policy, you can buy your own clothes. And if you have them monogrammed, as long as they look exactly alike, you can do that. Well, what they want you to do is buy Lands' End, that specific brand. That specific brand is very expensive. I do quite well with money. But I don't want to have to spend $27 for a pair of pants. They require 3 for a pair of pants. And then shirts, you buy shirts that are 15, 16 bucks, jumpers for the girls. I'm like, man, you can buy those clothes anywhere. Elizabeth did. She bought them some clothes and you could not tell the difference. When she was done with them, you couldn't tell the difference. But one teacher looked inside one of their pants in the slacks and saw that the tag was not Lands' End. That pissed me off. If I would have been down there, my ass would have went right in that school and I would have put a stop to that. I would have said, no, you can't do that. You would have never known unless you looked at the tag. And that's bullshit. That is absolute bullshit. Yes, they grow out of them. And so hopefully, and Elizabeth is smart and she don't care to take her piece, but she's hesitant to sometimes do what she needs to do. I am not as hesitant. When I see bullshit, I call it out. I don't care. I do not care. I don't know why this is doing this. Yeah, it's like a gotcha. You know, if you can't tell that they're not the same by looking at them, and you have to do that, that tells me there's something else going on, and it ain't, it's just you're being mean. You're just absolutely being mean if you do it that way. So I didn't like it. We pulled Carter out of. Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, if I was down there full time, I would already had control of that situation. We Carter Carter played basketball for the team, for the school. This was a year and a half a year ago when we first moved down there. Year and a half ago. And Carter, um, I they probably do get money from the brand. But so Carter was in the on the basketball team. And Carter had never played basketball organized, never. But he is, when I say he's a gifted athlete, he's truly gifted. And this ain't some grandpa speaking. He played the first time he'd ever played organized basketball, and he was dominating. So the coach, the first two games, and Carter wasn't a ball hawk. It wasn't like he was pressuring people, stealing the ball, going in for a layup. He took good shots. He waited when someone passed him the ball. He would drive and he would make his shot. He was just very, you could tell he was head and shoulders above every kid on that floor. And so we noticed he did this for two games. In the third game, the coach sat him down. And I told Elizabeth, we were there watching. I said, Elizabeth, what is going on? She said, I don't know. And Carter's sitting on the bench, which is okay. Carter didn't know. We're not that kind of parent. But I noticed when she put him in, because we could hear her talk. She put Carter in at halftime and said, now we don't want you scoring as much. You pass the ball when you get it. And I said, what the fuck is that? Like, what is that? And I told my daughter, I said, he can't be playing that way. He cannot have someone stifle his ability. I said, he cannot do this. If this is what they're going to do, he has to not play there because it gets him in bad habits. And I said, so this is the way a lot of people are. This is not just that school. You get someone that's really good at what they do, and you'll have adults who believe everything should be equal. Instead of just telling these other kids to get better, you tell the kid that's really good not to play as hard. Pass the ball when you get it. Don't guard anybody. So after the third game, Elizabeth said, that's not the way we play. If Carter can't be who he is when he plays, now we don't want him being very aggressive or none of that, and he wasn't. He clearly wasn't. They just didn't like the fact that he was damn good, and everybody else was standing around with their finger up their ass. And he didn't play anymore, and they got mad. The coach got mad, and a couple of those teachers, a little bit chatter, and started trying to bust Carter's balls in class over that. And they've kind of moved past that. Now Carter's in rec league ball, and he's truly a standout player. And he doesn't really know. He's never played organized ball before. He shoots with me, and he runs with me. But he is a damn good athlete, and on a baseball field too. Coaches recruited him to play on their travel team, but I asked Elizabeth not to let him play travel ball. It's just a bad idea. But he plays rec ball, and he's on the Cal Ripken team. The coach of the Cal Ripken team called Elizabeth up the other day and asked if he could play. They're going to put him on their team for their tournament. And I mean, he never played the regular season. Carter's just very gifted. And so that school is just that way. And he is 10 years old. I mean, he's truly exceptional. His speed is uncanny. He's acrobatic. At the time, he was a year and a half. He was truly doing backflips, cartwheels, and we don't know where the hell he got it from. Maybe watching videos or something. We watch, you know, stuff on TV, gymnastics. I watch a lot of athletics, and just truly gifted fella. His sister's that way too, but she's she's got a she's got a princess attitude. She don't wanna get hot or sweaty, but she's very fast and she's very athletic. But she don't like to work. She ain't like now my daughter Allie's kids are very talented. One of them is in the 6th grade, and she's an excellent runner. She, got 2nd place in the county championships. She got 2nd place in the county championships, and she was running against 8th graders. This was last year as a 5th grader. She's very good, but she doesn't like it. Long distance running is her. She's built like it. Now, her younger sister, Kaylee, is also a good runner, and she wrestles, and she's very competitive. She has a heart like her mother. My daughter Allie was extremely competitive. I loved it. She's still competitive, and that's what I like. Is she's got some fire, and she's now she don't say much. She's very quiet, but holy shit, she does not like to lose. She don't like to lose, and it's kind of funny to watch. She don't like to lose. And then my grandson is a very good baseball player. He plays football too, my other grandson. So they're all good athletes. But, facts are facts. Carter is probably, of all my grandkids, he's probably now Marley is a good all-around athlete. I would say he and Marley are the best all-around athletes. Marley plays basketball. She plays softball. She's very good. She's fast. She catches and plays outfield with the softball team. She's a good hitter. She has a good arm, and she's fast. And Carter can just do. It's just very his speed is crazy. I noticed that he used to run with me when he's like 5 years old. I would have him out and we would run, and I did sprints. And son of a gun, he's fast. I never put a watch to him, but he can move. And on the track team at the school, he takes every medal. He wins the 100, the 200, the long jump. I mean, dude is fast. So, and that's something you can't train. You can't teach a kid to be faster. Maybe a little bit, but not much. You can teach them to throw a ball. You can teach them to kick a ball. You can teach them to shoot a ball, catch a ball, but you can't teach them to run fast. They either have it or they don't. I wish the heck I could fix this. I have no idea what is going on with it. Come on, guys. Share. I don't know how this works on YouTube. I know you don't share anything on YouTube, I don't think. So I have no idea. Like on Facebook, if you're hearing me on Facebook, do you share your screen? How do you notify your friends that you're watching this? I don't know how to grow a live broadcast. I have no idea how that works. Zero idea. All right, I'm going to try this and see what. No, no music. No, my daughter's musically inclined, Elizabeth. Now she could be better at it. My wife plays piano and she's musical. Uh, thank you, Renee. So, no music, just athletes, and they're smart. They do well in school. They all do well in school. They're young and they have their Yeah, I will probably go to I'm probably gonna move to TikTok here with in addition to with my iPad here in a minute. I would just like to fix this. I don't know what's going on. It's really bizarre. It's not letting me, it's showing my channel. Yeah, I only usually do this platform, for an hour, um, just because any longer, like yeah, music skills ended with my dad. The I found out because this YouTube will live on my channel, and I delete them if they're not any good. If I don't have a lot of calls and a lot of interaction, I will delete this, and if it's good, I will upload it to my Spotify. I've only had a few that I think are good enough to go to my Spotify. 'Cause, unless there's a lot of activity, unless I'm answering a lot of calls, even when people download this, I want it to move quick if they're listening to it or watching it. I want it to move quick and give them something to listen to or watch. And, I just until I get my channel going, I just don't have the viewership. So I'm trying to do a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday schedule on YouTube and Facebook, so that way people can, jump on. They just push it out differently, and I'm always wondering if I get rid of this platform if I get rid of this third-party platform, if it'll be pushed out better. Like, if I just went to my YouTube, just YouTube to see what would happen, and I may actually experiment with that throughout the course of the weeks coming just to see if my YouTube will. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. My Spotify are probably only gonna and right now, that's all that it is. I think I might have one thing on there now. A lot of times when I had a producer lady that I paid. She still works for me, but I don't pay her to produce a show, and we would do a show, and we would have different topics, and she was very good at what she's still good at what she does. But I post a lot of shorts. I get a lot of traffic on my shorts, but it's not the same as looking at me on live. So this producer I had, we would get on and at least do Q&A, and she was very good. Yeah, K-Rob, that's what my friend told me. Well, she works, I don't say for me, but she works with me. She's social media Katie. In fact, she had asked me, I think she tried to reach out to you, K-Rob. You had mentioned, I think, I don't know if she contacted you or not. I told her that you were had some point want to know who well, her contact information. So I did share it. And she had asked me if you had tried to reach out to her. But anyway, she told me that I should use my shorts to promote my other content. And I try to do that because I have some of my video now. I don't have a big following, but some of my videos are getting, a couple thousand views, 1,500 views. I've had several that's had 4 or 5,000 views, but it doesn't seem to translate into a live, for some reason. I mean, I don't know. I think maybe it's my schedule. I'm not consistent enough. I mean, I don't know. So I'm trying to be more consistent, at least on here. So I think, if I do more regular, consistent shows like this, um, it might be better. I don't know. I'm still plugging away. I'm at least now committed to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday being here for an hour just to see what I get. And other than the people that already know me, I don't think I'm getting anybody new, which, you know, that's painful. When I first started, what do you do? Just a video? Like, just I don't see, I don't know how to do that either. Just a video or like TikTok? Um, I don't think YouTube has the tap and share thing, does it? So I don't know. It is a different thing though. The platform's different. Uh, when I first did TikTok, it was painful. uh, Ira, I don't know what you're when I'm on here live. I don't know what you mean. I don't know how to. Who do you send out notifications? See, I don't even know. Who do you send out notifications to? So I'm learning as we go. Like, how does that work? See, I'm not sure I can do that from this platform. I'm using something called Restream, and I don't know that they do that on the. I don't know I have the capability to do that. I have thought about just ditching this Restream platform and going right straight on YouTube and forgetting Facebook. Really? See, I need someone to help me with that. I have 0 idea. See, I didn't know any of that, and that's good, valuable information. Because I do have I notice when I post something, I will almost always, if it's a short, I'll get at least 900 views, at least. Oh, so I have to educate them and say, but most people that are on YouTube probably do, or maybe I. That's I ain't got time for that. Maybe I'll get somebody else to. Maybe I'll get my daughter to help me after she gets done fussing with the uniform thing. Let me look and see what I've got here. I'll consider it. Oh my God. Yeah. It, it, it took, yeah. Now, when Elizabeth gets rolling now, she can tell them what for, but she's very hesitant to. Elizabeth's a very kind person. She truly is. She's blustering, but she's very kind, and she's about like she and Allie both are like her mother. Marianne would not push back. It would eat her up, but she would not push back. She can't make herself push back. I have no problem pushing back. I, but the girls, my son didn't like it either. None of them had that ability to push back. And I raised them all to do that. That's what I wanted them to do, especially my girls. I wanted my girls to be raised, and I raised them that way to not take shit from nobody. You know, um, yeah, that's true. Well, I like to please people too, but I'm not going to stand and take a bunch of bullshit. And I will tell you, I take less of it now that I'm working for myself. I understand taking a little bullshit if you're working for somebody because you have to. That's the way it works. You eat a little shit, and then at a point in time when you are on your own and you're making your own money and nobody signs your check, you can do a little bit more. I'm not a big series watcher. When we watch TV, when I watch TV, it's a sporting event. I watch one show on Fox, The Five. I watch Fox Business because they're the most balanced channel I've seen. I get good business news. I get some good commentary. Um, and I watch Jesse Waters because he's just a dope. Other than that, we don't watch much. But we started watching Landman with Billy Bob, Sam Elliott, Demi Moore. It's a very good show. Now there's some of it a little bit over the top. Some of the characters, his wife, Billy Bob's wife, is toxic. I couldn't handle that relationship. That would bother me. But he blows it off. But it's a very good show. And Billy Bob, I didn't think he could carry. I didn't think he could carry a show, but boy, he can carry that show. It's very good. I mean, it's well written. It's got a good plot line. So we finished one season and now we're into I think the second season where they introduced his daddy, which is Sam Elliott. And he's had some interludes with the therapist, the physical therapist. Billy Bob got him a physical therapist. Sam Elliott on the show is 82 years old, and I think in real life he's probably in his 80s. And oh, you can share YouTube? Cool. Thank you, April. April with the share. Thank you, April. But it's that's one of the series, one of the few series that I've watched in the last little bit. And I enjoy it. It's a good show. So I watched it last night until about 11 o'clock. It's kind of like Dallas. I mean, I know you got oil and all of that, but it's kind of like Dallas, I think. Only it's a little bit rougher. But Dallas was very good back in the day. It was a really good show for its time. Gene Hackman probably played the Gene Hackman. Larry Hagman played probably the best villain ever on a TV series. I mean, he was unbelievable. A far cry from Major Anthony Nelson. It was really weird. I don't know. I'm gonna try to delete this channel. I might try to get rid of my TikTok channel here on this platform and see. I have Instagram set up, but Instagram won't. I've got a pretty good following on Instagram. Oh, JR with the hotness. Now, I never did think JR was very attractive. But damn, he had a great character. A great character. Hmm. Yeah. Well, April, who I liked on I Dream of Jeannie. I was a young guy back in the day. I thought she was kind of hot. Miss I Dream of Jeannie in her little outfit. Barbara Eden was a nice looking woman. I used to confuse her and Elizabeth Montgomery all the time. Bewitched. But if you're of a certain age, anybody with a skimpy outfit looks pretty good. So, just about. I don't know why it's not working. Yeah, well, Patrick Duffy was on that show too, and all of those actors were real good. I mean, they're very good actors, accomplished actors. But back then, it wasn't uncommon to have really quality. Oh, no, I honestly didn't have her poster. Yeah, I didn't have, posters on my wall. When I was younger, of course, I just never did had stuff like that. I never bought it. That Farrah Fawcett poster, the iconic Farrah Fawcett poster was popular when I was growing up. Raquel Welch had an unbelievable poster that was iconic. I think she took from the movie A Million Years BC, I think was the name of the movie. God Almighty, it was a good one. So but I never had, but I remember those posters because I would see them on other people's walls. I never had posters on my wall. Yeah, most anybody shows a little bit of belly button is going to look good though. Yeah, Tom Selleck. Yeah, Tom Selleck is yeah, if I was a lady, he probably wouldn't be my cup of tea. Sean Cassidy. Yeah, he was a Partridge Family. I think he was a half brother of David Cassidy. Uh, yeah, yeah, walking into a dorm room with that, with a lot of Playboy posters would be a little awkward. Yeah, yeah. I just, I don't know. I never put that stuff up in my room. I never had it. Never had it to do. I'm not saying I would not have, but I just didn't. When I had a couple bucks in my pocket, the first thing I thought of buying when I was in college wasn't a poster. It's usually a case of beer, you know. Hell with a poster. Give me a six pack of beer. And most of those people, they're above your. Yeah. And I think one of the other ladies that I thought was very attractive, this was later on, is Christy Brinkley. When she did that Sports Illustrated, I couldn't. Now, when I was in college, I couldn't wait to get to the library when Sports Illustrated came out with that swimsuit edition. It was usually right around February. You go to the library, and of course, you'd have a hard. They always ordered extra copies of that. I didn't drink moonshine back then. Every now and then you could run into some, but no. I did not know that about Farrah, but it didn't matter. I I don't think it mattered. Yeah, I don't think it mattered if she had wore a bikini. It's still been the same. In fact, it's probably better she didn't. I have a friend, he still have him. He's an old Vietnam vet. He said to me once, I talk to him all the time, and he says, "You know, Eugene, let me give you something to think about." He said, "I'm gonna ask you a question." His name's Michael DeBourbon. He said, "Would you rather see" um, he said he said, "Would you rather see an ass on purpose or an ankle by accident?" And I thought, "Hmm, that's a good thought. An ass on purpose or an ankle by accident." He said, "If you're an older guy, you'd probably rather see an ankle by accident instead of an ass on purpose." Now that's something to think about. I said, "Never thought about that, Michael." And there's probably some truth to that. You got s Oh, thank you, K-Rob. Um, and there's something to be said for that, you know? You see these women that go out of their way to show their ass. That's, that's not a big deal. You got all these girls showing their ass, but you show a little bit of ankle, a little bit of calf, probably a good thing. I had a client once. You get all kinds of people doing all kinds of weird things, and as a lawyer, you get all kinds of people who have make all kinds of assumptions. And I had a client once, and she was an attractive lady, and I did a DUI for her. Had a good outcome. About 2 o'clock in the morning, one morning, I get a notification on my phone. I sleep really light, and I thought maybe it might have been a kid. Yeah, it is creepy. And when I looked at the phone, it was picture. I thought, "Oh my god, who wants to see pictures like" it's just not what you should be. I don't know if you're a person, why you would think that those things are appropriate, like, and who wants to see stuff like that? I sent her a letter the next day. I sent her a letter the next day and told her that I could no longer represent her. It was crazy. Yeah, you see a lot of people doing nutty things. Brooke, um, I moved to this platform and the TikTok wouldn't transfer over. I'm getting ready to go back over there right now because 'cause I've gotta make some calls. I'll post up here in a little bit. I've gotta make a whole bunch of calls to for our grant. It wouldn't have mattered, I don't think, April. I don't think it would have mattered in her case. Now, some people it might have mattered. In her case, I don't think it would have mattered. I'm gonna try this. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, K-Rob. I'm gonna start with the I've got some letters from s I've got we've got some of the old letters. I'm gonna call them and let them know, um, if they can do that for me again. And I've got a list. Anna printed out Where's the list? Oh, I've got the list right here. I got about 20 people I'm going to call. I'm going to wait till 9 o'clock. Usually they're probably in right now, but she didn't give me how dare her. She didn't send me the phone numbers, but I'll get them. I'll take a picture of the documents. So that's what I'm going to do today. Now, this is the kind of thing, if you watch this Ryder Grant, I could ask somebody else to make these calls, but I just don't think anybody else could have the success that I have because I understand, what the program is. Like I could ask Donna to call these people, but it wouldn't be the same. So, or even if Anna did it, Anna hates to talk on the phone. She hates it. Hates it. Desperate. Oh, please. Desperate. I think she was looking for a free. Yeah, I think she was looking for a freebie. Probably looking for a freebie. Desperate? Come on. Desperate? That's not good. She didn't have to be professional. I don't think she had a I don't think she had a duty to be professional. uh, who knows? I don't think so. You know, it happens. I guess she was sending out a little advertiser, seeing if I would bite. That's a little bit different than a drunk call. People do a drunk dial. That was a different level. Well, she was a looker, but still a little weird. Weird, weird. On these other platforms, you don't get near as many trolls. It doesn't seem. I don't know how I'm gonna. I don't know where that person is, Renee. I have no idea where they are. I know my life. No one knows I'm on. That's true. Oh yeah, she had the money to retain me. Yeah, yeah. I actually worked for her. I did. We had a DUI. We had a DUI. I got her a. I think I got the DUI reduced down to reckless driving, and yeah, oh yeah, she paid me. I guess she thought there was a little something extra. Ah, April, it gets done all the time, baby. Pardon me. Some of the things my buddies tell me that are lawyers. Oh yeah, it happens all the time in divorce actions too. Lawyers sleep with their clients and they get in trouble. Thank you, Sue. Yeah, that's true, wasn't it? Yeah, April. That happens a lot. Well, at first I was flattered. I thought, oh boy, she thinks I'm cute. And then I thought, uh-oh, I think she's crazy, which is always funny. You know, I guess you get flattered at first, and then if you think about it a second time, you're like, okay, this person's nutty. It takes guts to do that. It takes guts or craziness to do that. One or the other, or a little bit of both, guts and a little bit of crazy. I mean, that's really what you call putting yourself out there. Yeah, I think it's this platform. I don't know why they're delaying them. I'm gonna try let me try this. I might go out and back in since I'm just jacking around here. I might go back out and just get out of this platform and just go back on YouTube as a just to see what it does all by itself. I'll be back on here in a minute, fellas.